What's going on, FA Nation? Jon Impemba here with your NFL DFS Week 15 Contrarian Corner. Going to bring you some low roster plays to build those GPP lineups around. Let's kick it off here at the quarterback position. We're going to go with Joe Burrow here against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I talk about it all the time. When building a Contrarian Corner lineup, I like to go with guys that I think can lead these position with fantasy points for that week. Joe Burrow, we've seen given us multiple 30 fantasy point efforts this season, multiple games of over 300 yards, and multiple games of over 2+ touchdowns here. And I know the Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense is scary on paper. They certainly are a team that can get after the quarterback, and we know sacks have been a problem for the Cincinnati Bengals in their offensive line. But we also just saw Brock Purdy beat up this Buccaneers defense here as well. So I think they're not as vulnerable as some people are making them out to be here. And you got a healthy T. Higgins practice fully there on Friday. Tyler Boyd practice fully on Friday. You have Jamar Chase. I think this is a good spot for Burrow with no rostership here to have an opportunity in those contrarian lineups for you in your tournaments this week. At the running back position, we're going to go same theory here with Foreman. Everybody played him last week. He let them down after failing to score. We saw Chuba Hubbard score. We saw Blackfield score. But Foreman still had over 20 carries. He had over 70 yards here, so the volume's great. He got the red zone touches. He just wasn't able to capitalize on them here. Those touchdowns could have easily gone Foreman's way, and everybody would have been happy with the performance here. Let's run it back. We're going up against the Pittsburgh Steelers here. Their run defense at times has not been good, especially against teams that want to run the football like the Carolina Panthers do. We're also looking at a Panthers defense that could be pretty popular this week because they're going up against the Steelers offense with potentially Mitch Trubisky there or Mason Rudolph at the quarterback position. That means we could be seeing turnovers, sacks, fumbles, and short fields for this Panthers offense, giving plenty of opportunities for Foreman to find the end zone this week. Again, this is a guy that they want to give almost 20 carries to a week. I love that volume at this price point here at the running back position. Going to wide receiver, we're going to go Davante Adams. He's one of the top priced wide receivers on the board, and for good reason. We know the talent is going to be there. But going up against the New England Patriots here, many people are going to be worried about going against Bill Belichick in that defense. We know Belichick tends to focus on your best player and try to take him out of the game plan here. But opposite of him is Josh McDaniels, and we talk about it all the time. Bill Belichick against his former coaches does not fare that well. We've seen it all the way, of course, through his coaching career. His former coaches and coordinators do come back and generally beat him, with the exception of like Bill O'Brien in Houston. So this is an opportunity for McDaniels here, going up against Belichick, going up against a Matt Patricia-led offense, going up against a defense where Stephen Belichick's kid is running it here. McDaniels knows the system that they're running. He knows how to beat them. They're going to have Darren Waller and Hunter Renfrow back as well. So I think that could actually help Davante Adams in this offense. And again, as long as they don't go away from him, again, just 2 targets in the second half of last week's game, really puzzling to see him kind of that usage for him. I think we're going to see a lot more effort to get Davante Adams the football in this matchup against Bill Belichick's led Patriots defense there. So Adams is a contrarian corner play. Another guy that has an opportunity to be the highest scoring player at his position. And we'll finish it off here. We're going to go tight end. We're going to stay in this game. We're going to go at Hunter Henry, looking at a Raiders team that struggles to defend the tight end position. And over the last few weeks, we're finally starting to see Hunter Henry get more involved. This is a guy that tied for the league lead in touchdowns at the tight end position last season. So it's kind of a head scratcher that he hadn't been utilized really this season. But again, over the last few weeks, we've seeing him more involved. We're also looking at Devontae Parker, already ruled out. Jacoby Myers is questionable to play after a limited practice there on Friday. Again, just the usage that I think we're going to see from Hunter Henry in this matchup because of the fact the Raiders have struggled against tight ends. Ramondre Stevenson may not even be active for this game, and definitely not going to be 100%, logging a limited practice for him on Friday. Damian Harris already ruled out, so the Patriots may be forced to throw the ball a bit more than we're used to seeing them as well. All of that adds up for me for a nice low roster Hunter Henry tournament dart in your contrarian lineups this week. That wraps up the Week 15 Contrarian Corner, everybody. Good luck. Let's go make some money.